Combiners. We love them or hate them depending on if they're sturdy hunks of plastic or flimsy, fumbly messes. The Transformers Age of the Primes Aerialbots are one of two combiner teams from 2025. Their store shelf rivals being the 86 Constructicons. While the Constructicons got their own thing going on, the Aerialbots follow the same design scheme as their proper G1 rivals. Do they do it better or do they do it worse? Guess you're just gonna have to watch to find out. The Aerialbots are the only Autobot combiner team that I like because the Protectobots are boring, except First Aid, don't get me wrong, and the Technobots are just Superion if he and Defensor got mad busy in the bedroom. Plus, they look slick as a group. Despite me never owning the Combiner Wars versions of them, Superion is one of few combiners that have aged like fine wine. It doesn't mean I was going to track him down. I almost did for the Combaticons, but... However, there is only one set from that era that I would love to get, and if you've been watching, I think you might know what I'm about to say, but the Megatronia box set! I don't care if it's 10 years from now or 20 years from now, I'm gonna have that box set, and it's gonna make my collection more... I guess I wouldn't say complete, but it would make it partially more complete, I guess? Starting with my least favorite molds, engineering-wise, but somehow aesthetically pull it off, Aerate and Skydive. Very much like Wild Rider and Breakdown, they share the same design language of being the legs of Superion. Their robot modes are decent, but feel like they're missing something. Their backpacks are just kind of bland. And a Dreadwind is the 8th rendition of the mold kind of way. I wish there was some kind of innovation because they look and feel the same. Compared to Breakdown and Wild Rider, they have nice and simple backpacks. Combiner Wars dead-end backpacks. Gee, I think it might be because they're cars and not jets. Another thing I'm not too big on are the proportions. The arms are way too short, causing the legs to look longer. I guess that leads to sculpting. The chests are different. It's a matter whether you want a boob or not.
Boobies.
A common thing with some of the Aerialbots, which you're going to see in the next video as well, are the odd head sculpts. Especially Skydives, it looks like he's about to tell me that the show he's on sucks and that he's been on better shows than this. Which then leads to Skybound where he thinks he's him. How many times do I have to tell you you're not that guy?
I fly.
Another thing with the Aerialbots is that 3 of the 5 heads just looked a little too squished. 2 of them being Aerate and Skydives, and the third one... put a pin in that. There are nice little details picked out on Aerate with paint and wish Skydive also had that, but considering the jet mode... But do they really have to paint both sides of his legs? Like, does he need it? Like, does he need it? Like, the only thing that it provides me is paint scratches. I don't know what it provides him, but... go off, queen. He doesn't look bad, but imagine with me for a second that he matched his leg buddy with the minuscule details painted. Leg is minted. The accessories are dual blasters for both. Aerate has traditional looking blasters that, let's be honest, they look like water guns, while Skydive has these power drill looking blasters. They are also blast effect compatible too! Except Skydive. Cause he has to ruin the fun for somebody. That's somebody being me. Are you kidding me? The dorsal fins are on 5mm ports, so hypothetically, they can be wielded as blades. Not very good blades, but blades nonetheless. The articulation for the leg guys is what you would come to expect with Transformers, so I don't really have to introduce it, is what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna use Skydive for no particular reason. The head's on a ball joint and barely looks up, barely looks down. But thanks to the hinge, because of transformation, you look all the way up. Aerate has different ranges for his head, as in you can actually look up, you look all the way down. As for everything else, it's literally exactly the same, because I mean, look at them. They're the same toy. The arm can't go in a full 360 because of the back kibble, but if you hinge the arm out, then you're more than welcome to do it in full 360. Got a bicep swivel. Got a 90-degree bend at the knee, which is a little bit past 90, but I mean, it's just barely. There's no wrist swivel. I couldn't really think of a reason as to why there isn't one, but I mean, put it inward. There's a waist rotation, which is surprising considering he has a whole ass fucking jet on his back. The leg goes that far forward, goes that far back. The leg goes all the way out, as then he can do the full splits. He's got a thigh swivel, which is fine on this side, but it's kind of loose on this side, which is the same deal with Aerate. This side it's fine, but this side it's just like really loose. Like you try to put him in a pose or whatever. Obviously he's not gonna do it now. I put him flat footed, but eventually it will like slide in, then he'll fall over. It's happened to me while filming There's a 90-degree bend at the knee. The foot could go all the way forward, but it can't go back because of his leg. The ankle tilts, well, you can make it look like he broke his ankle, so that's fun. Now let's focus on the transformation for the leg guys. If you've transformed Wild Rider or Breakdown before, then you're pretty much doing the exact same transformation, just that he turns into a jet instead of a car. First off, you want to straighten out the arms, then you want to fold in the hands. Next, go to the legs, tie them together, bring the feet all the way forward. Then you want to open up the legs, then fold the feet all the way back till they tab in. You'll know because, you'll hear the sound. Next up, you want to move this entire back section of the jet right up in here. There's a little tab section right here, right at his butt. It's pretty easy. Just grab it, do the whole shifty thing. Then you want to tab in the front of the legs. Then you want to go to the chest. You'll see there's a little notch in there. You just open it up and it'll reveal the landing gear. Next, you want to port in the arms into these little sections right here. Then turn the head around. Next, you want to bring the wings down. They'll slot right into this little tab on his arm. Then you want to pull down the tail wings, or whatever they're called. Turn the dorsal fins around. Then you want to take the entire front section of the jet. They're going to tab right into these tab sections right next to his head. Just like any other jet transformer, you got to tab in the guns on the bottom of the wings. Wow, it's so different. I've never done this before in my entire life. Now you're done. The transformation is very much like Wild Rider and Breakdown, like I said before I started. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Even if you get a lesser product than the car guys. The jet modes are pretty sweet until you look at the side or the bottom. It's to the point where I'm starting to prefer the Prime Wars getup and everybody got sick of them. I'm more into Air Raid's jet mode, and no bullshit, it's totally because of the Black Convoy effect being shot out at full blast. It's not that I hate Skydive's jet mode, it's just that one color is always gonna look nicer. Look at Studio Series Rise of the Beast Nemi, for example. Whenever I think about it, that's such a weird toy, because one, it's a character that doesn't show up in the movie, or he might have. I don't give a shit about Rise of the Beast to care. It's always fun to see what parts get remolded into new ones, especially with these two and the arm bots. You got whole different cockpits, intakes, different wings, backs of the jet, and a single or two dorsal fins. There isn't much paint on either, but I like the little hints of white on Air Raid. What I don't like are the almost fading Autobot logos. Gee, it's almost like there's a solution to that. Skydive has lightning bolts that are painted competently with his dorsal fin completely covered in blue paint. It's odd this is the only blue in his design, but that's more so fault of the G1 design and not this toy. Transformers, Age of the Primes, Air Raid, and Skydive aren't the best figures to kick us off with the Aerialbots, but they are a means to an end. Next to the Stunticon guys, they pale in comparison against my favorite Cannibal and Paranoid. The sacrifices feel like detriments, especially in the robot and jet modes. This feels like a step back. Wild Rider and Breakdown weren't the shiniest in Legacy, but their simplicity plays into their favor. It helps that they share the same engineering as Combiner Wars Dead End, who was an all-star back then. Air Raid and Skydive take a piece of the Dead End pie and mix it with the Combiner Wars jet mold and get a lesser figure in the end. I don't hate them, but they could be better. Quickslinger and Fireflight are the best limb bots of the group engineering-wise. Unlike the leg bots, only one of them aesthetically works and the other is Slingshot. Look at you! Look at the unimaginative thing you've become! Look how blind you are! How red, white, and orange you are! You are a wretched, dull little beast! I snooze at you! The robot modes are pretty clean and have very minuscule backpacks compared to their leg brethren. Their wings don't look like an eyesore either. With each configuration of the wings you can choose, they don't feel like all their junk at the trunk is just sitting there, but instead works with the design. However, when you get to the paint, it's clear who's the better of the two. Quickslinger! Sure, in some weird fucked up world. Oh wait, we are already in the weird fucked up world. The right answer was Fireflight, by the way. They dished out all the finer details with color matching the red paint on his torso with the red plastic and the little bits of blue, red, and white on his chest and crotch. Slingshot is a ghost town next to Fireflight. The only sculpting changes in robot mode are the chests and obviously the head sculpts. The only notable change in the chests is literally this arrow. And if you want to get technical, the rectangle. Like I've already stated, majority of the Aerialbot head sculpts are pretty odd. 3 of the 5 head sculpts just look squished with our leg guys, and I hate to say it, but Fireflight is the third one. However, I think his radiance of class is what made me grow on his head sculpt. Quickslinger, in his fashion, is pretty standard Transformers. So basically nothing of note. Why are you gonna be so fucking boring, man? The accessories for the arm guys are the exact same. They both come with double barrel laser pistols, which is kind of lazy, but I don't really mind. I put them on their persons differently just to differentiate them. The articulation for the arm guys is very much like the leg guys. We're gonna start with the one I don't really prefer, so I could show the one I do like for the transformation. Heavily biased, but I don't care. It's my YouTube, not yours. The head's on a ball joint, which, oh, I guess he can't look up. Like, Quickslinger can look all the way down and be sad because he's realized he's the worst one in the set. You look, oh, I guess he can't look up either. Hold on a minute. I swear he could. No, I guess not. Neither one of them can do that, but he can look down. Don't know what he'd be sad about. He's the best one. Of course, you gotta. Oh my god, he can't even do a head tilt. Wait, can he? No. Oh, yes, he can. Slightly. That's why he's the GOAT. The arm can go all the way around. Oh my god, there's no backpack. Oh my god. The arm goes all the way out, but he's got the hot rod trigger happy shoulders, so I'm sure some people aren't very happy about that. But I mean, it doesn't get in the way. Come on. Got a bicep swivel. Oh, it's actually kind of tight a little bit. Got double jointed elbows, which is a rarity in Transformers. You got a waist swivel, but doesn't get impeded by anything because there's nothing. The leg goes this far forward, this far back because, oh my god, there's no backpack. The leg goes further than the leg, guys. You can do even more of the splits. Get a thigh swivel, which isn't loose on either one of them. So that's a double bonus, triple bonus. Well, I don't even know how many bonuses we're at this point. There's a 90-degree bend at the knee, and it looks kind of pathetic because he's all shins. Next, you get an ankle pivot, and that's it. But his more natural. Doesn't really look like his foot is broken. You can do the Glenn Webb thing. Rest in peace. It's already been like a decade. You know what? You love it. Let's go over the transformation. First off, we gotta take the guns off. First, we gotta take the guns off. Guns off. Take the guns off. Guns off. First off, guns off. Ah! First off, we want to turn the head around 180 degrees. Same as the arms. So you see the mushroom pegs. Then do the double jointed elbows. Next, what you want to do is bring up the arms. They're going to go on this 5mm port onto this port on his hand, arm. Then you want to take the entire backpack, close it onto itself like that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You're already almost done. Before we continue, make sure you get that little landing gear out of his head so it's like a little ponytail. Then bring the legs together, collapse the feet, pull out the tail fin, move the wings down, go to his shins, open up those doors, collapse in the legs, close those doors, and that's it. You're done. Look how fast that was. I'm telling you, the best in the set. At least engineering wise. Both him and Quickslinger, I'm gonna say Quickslinger are the best of the Superion limb guys. Fireflight is the best of the two. Of course, you get the weapons. I mean, what else do you do with them? You know what I mean? Okay, now you're like fully done. I really love this transformation. Honestly, I just love all the arm guys for all the combiners that they've been doing. Especially the Combaticons. Oh my god. They take this and improve upon it so much. Take the guns off. Take the guns off. Take the guns off. The jet modes are fantastic. I really don't have any complaints about them. They are nice and flat and pretty much do the Combiner Wars jet special. Honestly, it feels like they designed the arm bots first and struggled with what to do with the leg bots. At least in the case of these two jets, I think they look great. Slingshot finally gets out of the blandness of the robot mode with lovely blue and red stripes. Fireflight continues his stylish conquest with the additional gray stripe and the blue and yellow stripes. So then, why do I prefer Fireflight's jet mode over Skydive's? I bring this up because both bodies of the jets are different colors from the wings. I think the white at the front of Fireflight's jet works with the white of the wings. Skydive doesn't have any black robot bits at the front of the jet, only instead right at the wings. Just like the leg bots, the jet modes are mostly the same, but unlike the leg bots, the differences are minuscule. Only the cockpits and the wings are different. However, Quickslinger's wings are pretty traditional, while Fireflight's are lower to the ground. But holy shit, it does make him look cooler. Also, I just noticed that they do have another difference. It's that little section in the jet where the wings are connected, or the backs of their calves. I think it's odd that Slingshot's the only aerial bot to have an orange cockpit while everyone else either has all black, silver, or gold windows in the case of Silverbolt. Transformers, Age of the Primes, Quickslinger, and Fireflight are better than Air Raid and Skydive, but Slingshot is the worst robot mode of the set and Fireflight is the best in the set. This is the worst roller coaster ever. The robot modes are pretty simple but work in their favor similarly to Dragstrip and Dead End. I don't know what it is, but the arm bots have been flourishing even now with their successors. The jet modes aren't the most complex, but neither are the leg bots, but the execution is far much better. Almost more realistic? Not in the slightest. I wish I had more to say besides the arm bots are better, but it's true. I'm not gonna lie and try to come up with cope for the leg bots. The robot mode parts integrate with the jet mode with vivacity, especially compared to all this typical junk in the trunk shtick. Silverbolt is the Commander class figure of 2025. What a way to kick off the Big Bots Club with the first combiner in this Age of the Primes. Yep. The robot mode is quite the powerhouse of a figure. When I say he's pulling the weight, I mean it. That's what happens when you get the big ticket item budget. He completes the look of the team and I'm here for Silverbolt. Both of them. I love that he has the simplicity of the G1 design and all the greebling they added in every little facet of Silverbolt's body. Especially all in the chest, his crotch, and all sides of his forearms. It gives me the yearning to go back to the crazy greebling of Siege, but alas, we get farther and farther away from it. Even the Siege figures are turning their backs on it. The backpack isn't offensive either. But it is G1 accurate. So you better not be fucking complaining because this is exactly what you were asking for. The head sculpt is the best in the set of the Aerialbots. He doesn't suffer from being squished like 3 of the 5 guys. Oh hey Quickslinger! Didn't see you there. The facial expression is what gets me though. Silverbolt looks like 1, he doesn't want to be here, and 2, Trixie Mattel. So then who's Katya? Jetfire? There isn't much to talk about in the paint department. All of his details are picked out through molded plastic rather than paint. All there is are the golden windows on the Concorde and his whole face and eyes. The Autobot logos are tampografs on the wings and on his right boob. It's something that ruffles the G1ers' feathers apparently. I don't know about you, but I think it makes him unique. Silverbolt's accessories are hit or miss. I guess they never miss, huh? Got a boyfriend, I bet. His handheld gun is pretty pistol-y and cutesy. It evokes the Combiner Wars gun a little bit, but if it were fun size. I like that the base has the winged shape to it. Now for the second reason why he's billed at Commander class. We got the Combiner parts laid out as some sort of a star booster for Trixie. With some parts exchange around, you can turn it from a star booster to an artillery barricade wall thingy. Basically overgear before overgear. It looks kind of underwhelming, but at least it's not a bunch of parts laid out like Rhea Ripley over here. I guess it's better than a long rifle and a shield thingy, but isn't that already what this is? Long rifle? Shield thingy? It is nice and compact at least, and isn't floppy. It's not like a, oh my god, this is the best thing ever kind of moment. It's also not like, oh my god, it's the worst thing ever kind of moment either. It's just mid.
Silverbolt's articulation consists of a ball-jointed head looking up this high, looking all the way down, a head tilt. A lot of head tilt, a lot more than the other guys. And it goes in the full 360 because the backpack is modular, so you could have it, the wings be like that, or as I do, get a bicep swivel, buttery smooth. You get a little bit more than 90 elbows. You got nothing at the wrists besides that, but it doesn't come with the sword, so it's like kind of pointless, but whatevs. You get a waist swivel, but it gets stopped by the backpack. The skirt goes forward so that the leg could go all the way forward, and they're ratcheted as well. They go all the way out so you can do the full splits. He's got a 90-degree bend at the knee, or double jointed. You go a little further because how he transforms. Got thigh swivel. Not as buttery smooth, but it's nice and tight. And the foot, you do ankle pivot. That's it. Or you can do it forward like that. They have him do that like he's walking along rocks in like the ocean. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, nothing crazy. Pretty basic, minus wrist swivels, but can't win them all. Let's transform this son of a bitch. First off, we're gonna go to the skirts and we're gonna fold them forward. So we're gonna have to do it later. Then you wanna click in the feet, pull in his heels, bend his elbows backwards, and fold the hand in. Then you wanna grab the whole entire chest, bring it forward, turn that around, then close this panel. You wanna pull out the combiner head, then fold in the arms, then the whole chest, and then you come to the legs. Okay, I don't think I have to explain how you do that, but I guess just in case. You want to make sure this whole entire arm goes inside this cavity. Then you got yourself a rectangle. Go to the backpack. Pull these little wing sections out. Close the wings. The other side. Take the whole entire front of the Concorde. Open up the little front. Get that nose coming out. It can be a little difficult sometimes. Obviously, it's got tabs. You want to tab it into here. I would recommend you do first because there is little tabs right here. Because you got to tab it inside the little ear things. There you go. I don't know if you can really see it, but there's like a little tab slot there. So what I like to do is tab in the head first, and then tab it into the actual core of the Concorde. Then this whole back section you just bring it back. And there you go. Bada bing, bada boom. All done. Don't forget the little landing gear. Now you're all done. But actually, no, you're not, because where do you put the gun? Easy peasy, come on, dude. The transformation is pretty easy peasy to do. I like doing it back and forth because it's all centralized to this rectangle. Because with the combined form, you just switch this whole entire section around and there you go. And then flipping it back to the robot and back to the jet. It's pretty easy. I really enjoy it. Enjoy it a little bit more than Motormaster, I won't lie.
Silverbolt's Concorde mode is lovely. It has a nice and simple gravitas that is unique only to Silverbolt. The fact he's folded up into a rectangle underneath doesn't take away from it at all. Nexus Prime wishes he had a quaint little jet mode on top of his rectangular self. Literally, the entirety of Silverbolt's underneath, but unlike the leg bots, the kibble works in his favor. The weapon storage is pretty nifty too. The only thing that bothered me at first was Superion's head hanging out on the forefront of the Concorde. My favorite thing about combiners or super modes is that the second head is hidden. The best examples being Armada Optimus and Motormaster. I've grown to not really mind it as much because I don't mind it on hook. Character growth, I presume? The Star Booster connects onto Silverbolt, easy peasy. Open the wings, connect them, close the wings, and split the dorsal fin in half, and there you go. The full look is stupendous. It continues off of Silverbolt's wings and into this giant block of aircraft carrier motifs. It's funny he has these dinky little wings to operate this load of machinery.
Now for the reason why you watched 3 videos worth of my bullshit before we get started. These guys are not plugged in, just so you don't think that they are, and it's a thing you can do. They do not fit. First off, we're going to do it the vanilla way, as according to the instructions, and then I'll add my personal touches to it. So the arm guys don't do anything. Literally all you got to do is just fold the landing gear away, and that's it. As for the leg guys, you got to do a little bit of a little switcheroo. So skydive, of course, just fold the landing gear away, but bring this back. And then you want to bring the whole entire nose cone back. Remember, we're doing the vanilla versions first. And there you go. And of course, same shit for air raid. Well, now these guys are ready to go. Okay, Silverbolt. Obviously. Remove him. We're going to focus on him after we do the skeleton. Here's the Star Booster. You see, close those. And then we're going to take it apart. We're going to take the gun off. Just get it ready to go. Okay, do this. Just like if you're building the wall artillery thing, you want to take this off, then this off. The arm's easy, just fold out the hand and fold the wing away. The legs, however, you got to do a little bit of work. Pull out the combiners first, and then with this little black little section, press it in, and it'll lock it in place. Then fold the foot out, and then close the heel. Foot out, close the back. So let's do this little thing. Then, you know, slide it in. We've done this stance before if you've been around since Combiner Wars. Now we'll bring in Silverbolt. So I think it's a given. Take the gun off. And open the wings, fold the little wings away. Bring this section up, and bring this section, open it up. You want to put the nose cone away. Same as you're transferring to robot mode. Close it in, then click this in. Make sure you put the skirts away. I think the easiest way to do it is by raising the camera for one. But I like to open that up. Then you're gonna tab it into those tabs, and then this section right here, the camera's like being a piece of shit. Tab it in, close this back panel. Then with the backpack, it'll help you lock it in place. Then you take the whole front chest thing, close it in, just put them in. And the trap doors will close. And now let's focus on the arm. You just, same old, plug them in, split it in half. Still one of my favorite things about these combiners. Then you want to fold the wings out, turn the guns around. I don't know why, for some reason he was tighter when he was brand new, he was really tight to do. He's loosened up, especially me transforming him over and over and over for this video. And there you have Superion fully combined in the stock vanilla way. Of course, you can't forget the gun. Just plug it in the front. There you go. So how the gun works, of course, you can plug it in to his hand with this 5mm port, and then this little square section will go into here, or there's another square section right here. Put it in there. So you get like a longer, well, not longer, but it's more integrated into the arm, I think. That's a G1 toy thing. I don't really know G1 toys like that. I only know Optimus because I have him. In terms of the stock vanilla way, these wings being out here, horrible. These nose cones, horrible. So now we're gonna do some fixes. Well, fixes, more like personal preferences. When it comes to how the guns go, I think it'll be a little familiar if you watched Toy Guy's review on Superion, because it just makes so much sense. Okay, let's start down here. I'm gonna fold these heads up a little bit, bring these nose cones up. Next, we're gonna go to the inner guns, and we're gonna take them off. And we're gonna replace each gun with one of the arm guys' guns. For each respective side, you'll add their own gun, so you put Air Raid's gun on to the side, you put Skydive's on the other. Now we're onto the arm bots. This one's really straightforward. So you just fold the wings inwards, and take their guns off, and take their guns off, and take their guns off. pull the wings inside. Then you're going to utilize these 5mm ports for their guns. Now we're completely done with Superion, because now he's to my liking. I get the same joy as I do with Menasor. Honestly glad the Autobots finally got some combiner action.
Hell yeah. The moment we've been waiting for. Transformers Age of the Primes, Superion is the second skeleton frame combiner in the ever-growing lineage of skeleton combiners. He looks so pleasing to the eye with the symmetry of the two arm bots. Even at the backside, the mediocre melodies don't look all too bad themselves as calves. Maybe it's not having to deal with all their baggage. The sculpting that's revealed through transforming the Aerialbots is pretty cool. The continued combination of the G1 design and the Greebles from Siege, especially the chest. It looks like a full extension of Silverbolt's robot chest, but bigger and wider. The abs are where it's at with all these angled sections. The arms and legs are cool too, following the same motifs.
Are you ready for round two?
Superion's head sculpt is the tried and true visor and mouthplate look, and it's bitchin', just like everyone else with this combo. The colors from all the limb bots really complement each other when on Superion. They color coordinate like Devastator. Not only do they look slick as jets, they do as robots and as a combined individual. Guess we'll see how the other two Autobot combiners turn out. Hopefully good for those who want them.
Alright, let's do the final articulation section for the Aerialbots. Superion's head's on a ball joint, so it could look, well, he's already looking all the way up. Could look almost all the way down. The head tilt. So we're already improving for Menasor, because on Menasor the head only swivels. Your arm goes in a full 360, ratcheted, but your arm goes, how far does it go actually? Okay, that's as far as it goes, so you can do just the full T-pose. Although that does look a little unsightly. You got a full bicep, which is great. You got a full 90 on the elbows. The wrists, they can hinge inward due to transformation, and they can also swivel. Superion has a waist joint, but only goes so far because then it starts to clash with the backpack. Superion's hip skirts go forward to support the leg going all the way forward, and you go all the way back. Of course, do the full splits. Get a thigh swivel. There's a bend at the knee, but obviously the jet starts to clash with it, so I guess that's why you would have it like this in the vanilla version, because then you get full 90. Lastly, got ankle tilts. They go all the way that way. I think the only thing I don't like is that they're not ratcheted. I would prefer stability over, oh, you just put it like this. You just do it. It doesn't really give me confidence in stability. So yeah, the articulation is the same as Menasor, but also improves like in the head and then takes away with the ankles. But I mean, at least when you pick them up, there's no random panels just drooping sometimes.
Transformers Age of the Primes, Silverbolt, and Superion are some fine bots coming out of the Commander price tag. This size class continues to prove time and time again that it's always going to be quite the show each time. Even with the $20 increase in price, they're still pretty worth it. Although, the old price was perfect. I'm super looking forward to Armada Jetfire and Onslaught. Silverbolt is a righteous transforming toy that is masterfully engineered, much like Motormaster, but as much as I love him in Superion, I still really prefer the Stunticons and Menasor. I like how they went about the combiner limbs when storing for vehicle mode. A truck trailer is a great front rather than an obvious star booster thing. Onslaught takes from Motormaster in that regard. Where Superion improves from Menasor is the leftover parts in which there are none. I actually really kind of hate that there's leftover parts from the trailer. It makes me glad they're taking from both combiners to give us the ultimate package with the Combaticons. And the Commandos. I'm Helanuva, and this is Offhand Reviews, the show where I get extremely excited because my favorite combiners from are finally getting the best Generations figures ever! I'll see you in the next video, whatever and whenever it may be, because as I've been saying, making videos is an interesting hobby. But it's been in the blue and yellow stripes.
I'm a stud. I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone.
I fly.
Boobies.
I still need Menasaur.